Okay, hello everybody. So this is Ashleigh. Ashleigh is a student in Ontario who I believe joined our program at GrantMe in September, beginning of September, right?
Yes.
Um, yeah, and so Ashleigh has been in the program since September, and she applied to a whole bunch of different schools, has already got a whole bunch of offers, but is planning on going to McMaster into engineering, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. And so far, and she's still at the beginning of this process, but she's already gotten $30,000 in competitive scholarship offers to various schools, and has also got into her program of choice, which was McMaster into engineering. So thanks, Ashleigh, for hanging out with me.
Of course.
So I guess I want to start by going back to September. And I think I actually brought you into our program, which is kind of funny, but
Yeah.
September, like walk me back to what it was like before you even knew about this program, and just like how you were thinking about scholarships and university applications, and like where you were at with that process.
Yeah, so I didn't really know what I wanted to go into. I was really unsure about all of that. My dad is a guidance counselor, so he was really pushing me to apply to a bunch of different scholarships. And I had a list. I went on like the usual sites, Scholar Tree and Scholarships Canada. So I had like a list of scholarships I was like ready to apply for, but they were all those like really general ones that anybody who's good at writing could apply to. And yeah, I wasn't really sure. I didn't really have much motivation to get started because they were such vague questions and whatnot. And with regards to the university applications, I was really nervous about the supplementary application because I had to do like a video live answer thing. So I was extremely nervous about that. So yeah, I was really uneasy and unsure and really nervous to start my whole like university application and like scholarship process.
Right, right. Okay, awesome. That totally makes sense. And I think that's probably pretty relatable to most students, because I think it can be like a super daunting process, even not just like at the beginning of September in your grade 12 year, but also like, even as you're going through it, right? And I think that's something you have been working through the entire year. So in terms of like where you're at now, what does that look like? Like what's changed? Because it's been like however many months, 6 months,
Yeah.
7 months. How's that changed?
So I've already applied, I think, to about 11-ish scholarships, and I have like 15 waiting for me to still do. And they're scholarships that I know that I'm right for. There's been a couple where I've applied and submitted my application, and I'm fairly sure I'm like I could definitely win this because they're targeted to my strengths, my academics, and like my community involvement. So it's been much more relaxing. And also with my application, my supplementary application I had to do, I'm done with that. I got in to my university that I wanted to get into. So I'm much more calm and actually like excited to go to university, that especially because I have some money now in my pockets to go there with. It's a much better feeling than it was 6 months ago. 6 months ago, I had no idea what I was going to do, and now I feel extremely confident and excited actually to start going to university.
Awesome. You know what's funny is like you can actually see it in you too. Like you actually are lighter. Like you're actually lighter.
Month, like after I've like made my decision, I've been like so much happier. Like my schoolwork now, like in grade 12 this semester, I just feel so much better about everything because I'm actually like excited for the future.
Yeah, and you've like taken care. Yeah, it's very obvious just in even my interaction with you right now. It's like very obvious that you're like lighter, and you're like, okay, I did that, and like you're still going through it, right? Like that's the biggest thing. And you mentioned that is like you're still actually actively applying to scholarships, but it's like you've seen success, like you've gone into your first choice school, you have money in the bank, like you said, that's guaranteed, and I think that's probably motivation for you as well to say like you said, like I know I can do this. And I think we've talked about it a little bit previously. It's like you've seen what it looks like for a winning scholarship application, and you've been able to really, highlight your strengths in a very like clear and articulate way. And that's something that you're going to be able to keep reusing and recycling across a whole bunch of different applications, right? So
for sure.
That totally makes sense. Awesome. Okay. And so you've been accepted into all these competitive programs. You've already won money. And like you said, you're like still applying to so many scholarships. And so like, how did you get there? Like, I guess if there's like one or two key things that you'd say to students that are like going into grade 12 or even like grade 10 or 11 that are like thinking about the process, like what are the key things that you need to do? Like what really like got you there?
Yeah, it takes a lot of motivation. At the beginning of this, I told myself I wanted to win $20,000 for the scholarships, and so having like a goal in mind of what I wanted to achieve has really helped me to like stay on that path. And now that I have won money, it's motivated me to like want to keep going. I don't have a part-time job, but I think about this as my part-time job. I need to make sure that I'm setting time aside. Time management with this is like really, really important. So I'm setting time aside and working for on these like it's my part-time job, and thinking about it that way, that if I'm putting the time in, that I'm going to be rewarded for that. Like you guys have helped so much with that, and I know that if I put like my best foot forward and I work as hard as I can on these, then I mean I already have been rewarded, which I'm really thankful for, and it just keeps motivating me to want to complete more applications. So I would just say have a goal and have something that you want to strive for, and make sure that you can manage your time, and make sure you set time aside for school, for yourself, and for your scholarship applications for sure.
Totally. And I think that's, the biggest thing that we're looking for in students, because like it's not like you do have to be a certain type of student, which is something that we've talked about a lot, like even within our program. And motivation is probably the biggest component because there's opportunities for everybody. And, there's an opportunity to get into like your first choice school. There's an opportunity to win scholarships for everybody, but it like takes a degree of motivation in order to actually get there. And it's like the students that can organize themselves around that goal, like you said, that they've set, and then keep themselves motivated, along with our support, keep themselves motivated to keep going through that process.
Yeah.
Those are the students that we see like every time are the students that have success, right? So I think you're spot on with that. And that's super helpful, I think, for a lot of students to just really understand like it's a mindset.
Yeah.
And you have to work a lot on that mindset to keep yourself motivated throughout the year.
Yeah, there's been some times where I don't want to sit down and write an essay about some bizarre thing, but I know that like if I put this time in, there's lots of other people that don't want to put that time in either. So I know that if I'm doing that and I'm working for it and I'm motivating myself to do that, then I'm gonna be successful with it. It just takes time and motivation, really. That it takes a lot of that.
Totally. Yeah.
It's
And
really
it's exactly what you just said. It's like all students have the same mindset. So it's like the students that can step out of that mindset of like, oh, it's too much time, it's too much effort, like I don't want to do it. It's like the students that are able to step outside of that are going to have success, right? And we talk about this a lot. I know you've heard me say this, but like it is a 5-year process. And so it's like when you found success, like in your grade 12 year, that's something that in terms of scholarships, at least, like that's something you're going to be able to repeat year after year, right? And you'll keep yourself motivated because like you've been motivated throughout this entire thing and you've seen the results. And when you see a result, it becomes a lot easier to motivate yourself for like the next
definitely
4 years to go through it again, right? Which is awesome. Cool. Okay. And then so you touched on this briefly, but like how do you think our program has helped you? Like what's the biggest I guess the biggest way we've been able to support you in your own process of applications and university applications and scholarship applications?
Yes, you guys have been really great about like catering to whatever we kind of have said that we would like with regards to like the office hours that you guys set up, being able to talk to someone right away during those hours if we need questions answered. And you guys are so quick with your emails. Like if I send something, like I know the following day or the next I'll get a response. So the communication between you guys has been really, really amazing, getting to like talk to you guys and ask you questions about whatever we need. So it's been really great. And having this like face-to-face communication, I mean, you realize that I got my hair cut. Like how crazy is having this like relationship where you guys are helping us, and like I came into this, like I do fairly well in school. I think I'm a decent writer, but the amount of work that you guys have put into editing our essays and helping us is insane. And you guys have just it's been like so much fun, actually. Like I've got to like do all this and have success with my scholarships, I have like a beautiful cover letter and resume now, and I have like from all of our modules that we've done and from the like webinars, I have these like interview skills and tips for searching for job applications and things like that. So literally everything that I could have like been worrying about with regards to university and like saving money and all of that, all of my questions have been answered, and it's just been, yeah, it's been a great 6 months, and we still have more to go.
We have a lot more to go. You're just getting started, my friend. That's awesome. Wow. I appreciate you sharing that. And I think, you know, on our end, it's also like, it's like, we want to support you guys, but like, we love that, like, you take the support and you run with it. Right. And like, that's the type of student that we're looking for, and that we're like attracted to and drawn to, because like, you're the type of student, like, you came into the program and you knew right away, you're like, I'm like committing to this. Like, I'm committed to this. I'm going to go through this process. You knew that you weren't going to, like, it's not like overnight you get into your top choice school and you get scholarships. It's like, no, it's a process that like you decide to commit to right from the beginning. And that just makes our work really easy. And like you said, fun. Like, it actually is fun. It's fun for me to get through this, and it's fun for me to interact with you guys on webinars and like emails and office hours, and really be able to connect with you guys. And it's because of students like you, right? So we also feel really lucky to have you as a student in our program, but also you're the type of student that we want in our program, right? And so I think it's really good for students and parents to like get a good picture of what that looks like. But yeah, okay. Well, I think I really appreciate your time, Ashleigh, and I appreciate you sharing with us. Ashleigh is amazing and has already done and achieved like so much in such a short time. What's going to be really exciting for me is like in 5 years to see where you guys are at in this process. You know what I mean? Like, all of a sudden you're going to be like, I don't know, some sort of crazy engineer starting her own company, doing something really cool. And I get to say, like, I had some small part in that. And so I think it's really exciting for me to just like get to continue supporting you, but then also like watching you as you start post-secondary, and follow you on that journey as well. So thanks, Ashleigh. Thank you for your time. And yeah, I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.